Hey there, and welcome to Crochet Therapy. I'm Barbara, your host for this episode of Morning Coffee and Crochet, and this is Wip Wednesday. So we got to get out our hooks and we got to get that project and we have to start crocheting. Yeah. All right. So let me get my crochet bag. This is a little bit bigger than my crochet scrap big bag and scrap yarn big bag, but this is what I'm using right now as a purse. I know, kind of crazy, huh? Kind of crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna get out this. Hold on just a minute. Let's see. Okay, I think this is the one. I'm going to hook up the microphone. Hold on just a moment while I hook up the microphone. There we go. Okay, I think this is going to be better than if I did not use the microphone. I just think it sounds better. So let me go through and say hello to all of you. Good morning, Patty Barker. Good morning, Alice. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Jessica. And it is so good to see everyone. Good morning, Nikki. It's good to see you. So good to see you. Let's see. Oh, this goes back way, way far. You guys have had a whole conversation. I'm not looking at it, so I'm not reading your conversation. But it's so good to see you. So good to see everyone. I'm pretending. You are correct. You are so correct. Oh, yes. Who said life is a stage? Let's see. So, remember the other day I finished this? Well, I didn't quite finish it. So, this is the first part of my Wip Wednesday, and then we'll get to chatting, okay? And I will check out what you're doing, but I'm going to get my little children's school scissors, which are great, by the way, because I lose scissors all the time. And these are colorful, and they are inexpensive. Now, they used to just be $1. You could get them on sale at the beginning of the school year, and you'd pay $1. So I would get 6 of them, right? So $6. I had all these scissors. These cut yarn really well. You know how you get some scissors and they just don't want to do it. They've been abused by paper and all these other things, and they don't want to cut yarn. These cut yarn. And if I lose one, I'm not crying, because it's my special guitar-shaped, scissors. Remember at Christmas, I got the Christmas Advent boxes from Hobie, and in one of them was a pair of scissors that was shaped like a guitar, and they were really pretty and very hefty, very heavy. You couldn't go on a plane with them, I'm sure, because they were hefty, like hefty. But these, it's okay. It's all right. So I'm going to clip this because I want to do that. Now this, I don't think this is going anywhere. So I think what I'm going to do is just put, yeah, I'll show you what I'm going to do. I don't feel like talking about it. Let's not talk about it. Let's just do it, okay? Okay, Barbara. Oh, see, here I go. I almost did not put them away in my little carrier, and that would not be good. Not be good. And so now I just need to get my trusty needle. Whoopsie. Not too much, Barbara. Come on. Okay, here's a needle that I can use. And, all right. Oh, look at this. Okay, so I left the loop on here. So, see, I really didn't finish it, right? So I'm going to pull that loop through and pull it tight. And then when I weave that in, this little lump right here will disappear. All right, so now we can get started while I'm threading my needle. What is in your cup? I have my trusty cup, the travel mug that my granddaughters gave me, and I'm going to go ahead and coffee, coffee, coffee. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay, Alice has a question. Have any of you ever used hot fix beads like the old bedazzler? I'm wondering how well they stick to yarn. Wow. Oh, Christy, your mom is also a Grammy? Aw, Christy, good morning. Oh, yes, this mug has my girls on it, and it says happiness is being a Grammy. These are my girls. And of course, I love my girls, and I love this mug. Good morning, Christy. Yeah, it's good to see you. All right, so what I did first was this is the scrubby yarn, the Scrubology yarn, and I went ahead and threaded that up. And all I'm going to do on this one is go straight through and out. And then I'm going to clip it, because this Scrubology yarn, look how rough it is. If this stuff works its way out, it will be a miracle, because it's hard to get this stuff in, much less for it to just naturally come out, and I don't think it's going to do that. So what I'm going to do is just go in, but I am going to go down into the guts of the, yeah, here we go. Oh, I heard a car. Nope. Oh boy. It's just me and this other guy over here. We're at the lake. So I'm just going to go down through the guts. And I'm going to come out right here and squish it. And here we go. Let's see if I can make this work. Bump, 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 bump. It looks like it's going to rain today. Oh, it looks like it's going to rain. So there we go. So I went down through the guts. I'm going to give it a little tug. All right. And then all I'm going to do, let me see, I might go back in. Now, I want to come out not in the stitch. I know normally you go through the stitch, but I'm going to come out through one of the holes because I want to, yeah, okay, good. See, that time I actually got it to go into some of the fabric of the middle layer of this. And I need my scissors again. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pull it up a little bit, and I'm going to cut it. There we go. And see, it already popped back in. So that's what I'm going to do with that one. There we go. And I'm going to leave this out. And I'm going to do the same thing with this. Only this time I'm going to go a couple different ways, because this is cotton yarn and it could very well wiggle its way back out, but I'm not going to stress too much over it. So, okay, so my direction was this way, and as you can see, that little hump. So I'm going to go over here and go down in to try and kind of like ease that down a little bit. There we go. Bump, 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 bump. There we go. So I can kind of make that a little smoother. And I'm going to come out the other side, just simply because this side is all green, so it would less likely to show up. And you know, for all of you old-time crocheters, this is not new. Really, I'm just going over this for if there's, you know, a new crocheter out there who's watching, then they can see. So, you know, the general rule, do you see how I went under the stitches there? So the general rule is that you go back and forth 3 times. 3 times the charm is usually what they say. 3 times the charm, and then it will not come out. So for something like this, you know, it's going to get some abuse. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I might not make the next row quite as long, but yeah, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go back over the same row that I just did and go back through, and then those strands will just kind of hug each other, and they'll be like, brother, it's good to see you, and then they won't let go. Yeah, that's how it works in my world anyway. I don't know about your world, but my yarn talks to itself. Oh, so now I got to look and see if anybody has answered Alice's question about the beads, because I want to know. So you see, then I cut it, and here we go. You can't even tell. So this is done completely. So I'm going to put my trusty, these were a gift, and there were like 6 of them. They all say something different on them. And this one says CCS needles, counter cross stitch needles. Of course, I'm not using it for that, but it doesn't matter. My needles don't care, and neither do I. So I have several of these that I can use for different things. And have you guys seen my case lately? So I've had this case since 2019. I started watching Krista with the Secret Yarnery. I had to stop and think of what her name was. So I started watching Krista with the Secret Yarnery, and she gave the link to this. At the time, it was, I think, maybe $10 to $14. I'm not sure. I think it was closer to the 10. And so this works really well. There's 2 zippers, and I stick my scissors in this section right here, and extra hooks. So extra hooks that I don't have room for, and there you go. I don't know why I have metal hooks in there, but I do, and I think it's mostly just to remember where I came from, because I came from using just a solid metal hook. And it wasn't until the last few years that I discovered the hooks by Clover, and the ones that I love are the Clover Amore hooks. And so that's that. Let me make sure yep, it's still on. Okay, so let's get back and see what's going on here. Oh, okay. Okay, Alice, you watched a YouTube video for a ladybug, and she used hot fix beads. So you ordered a set on Amazon, but the beads are super tiny. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, your Jay says my grandmother became a great-grandmother in the last year, and she says she feels old now. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, it can, you know, I guess those little ones, they just wear you out. So you tell your grandmother that she is to just enjoy those babies and not try to keep up with them, because that's not her job. Her job is to love them and to play with them and to tell them stories and to feed them snacks. Yeah, that's what her job is. Oh, bless her heart. Oh. Oh, thank you for the comment on the girls. Let's see. Jessica says it's been raining there 2 days now. And Alice says today's beautiful, but it rained over the last few days. Hopefully it helped the wildfires down east. Hopefully it did. Yes. Hopefully. Okay, and Christy said, I'm glad the smoke cleared for my area. It canceled the last days of baseball for my youngest, so, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you know, when the air quality is not good, you just can't go out, right? Yeah, you just can't. Okay, Northern Virginia. Yeah. Okay, near DC. Yeah, yeah. So I have family in the Pennsylvania and Maryland area, and they've been affected by the air quality as well. So anyway, but ta-da, it's done, and I'm so glad. So glad. So, you know, I finished crocheting that last Wip Wednesday, but I actually finished the project today, because it's not finished. A project is not finished until you sew in the ends, until you weave in your ends. It's not finished because you can't give it to somebody with little danglies on it. You just can't. And so technically it's not finished until you weave in those ends. Yeah. So, Christy, I have not yet stuck my big toe into the craft show arena. I haven't done it. Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea, Jessica. Make a sample. Like, just crochet a little circle and then stick it and see if it stays. Like, you know, stick it, let it get completely dry, then just kind of like play with it a little bit, like, you know, rub it, see if it just comes off. That is good. Alice. Alice says, right, Nikki? It's not finished until you sew in the ends. Right, it's technically not. So it's a little bit of a hard truth for us as crocheters, because so many times I would be done, but I wouldn't weave in those ends. And I would fool myself into thinking I was done. But you try to give a gift to somebody and you have ends dangling all over the place. That is tacky. That is so tacky. And then you're all of a sudden like, you're in panic mode because you're like, oh my goodness. Oh, you need to get larger beads. So you have a lot of whips, girlfriend. You got a lot of whips. Probably even some that you're wearing, because I heard a little rumor that, you know. Oh, I think I heard that rumor from you. Yes, I did. So, yeah, so this is my other project that I'm going to finish. I think I only have enough to finish this row, So I'm going to do it. I don't remember what hook it was, but I think well, you know, it's not too tight. I'm going to try an eye hook. And oh, you do a square with different stitches to see what works better, or if you need to add the yarn before crocheting it. Oh, add to the yarn. Oh, are those like, oh, wow. Nikki says, maybe I've been known to crochet to weave in ends on my way. Yes, I know, Nikki, because I was the same way. I was the same way. Yes, I was. So I'm going to do this, and oh, I need to just like ease that down just a little bit. All right, so this is definitely a half double crochet, and we're going to see, oh, the stitch is about the same size. So you know what? This is a canning mat, and so this is what I'm going to do. Is now, after this, you know, after I get this row done, I think I have enough to do this. So this product cost me $5 so far because I got the yarn on clearance. Oh, Alice says I'm still making tooth fairy pillows to sell, and 2 more to go. I love the crazy safety eyes. I know. You got those from Temu? You know, I know I'm weird, but I didn't do Wish, and I won't do Temu. I'm just not going to do it. I don't know. I don't want to, and you can't make me. Let's see. Design element. When someone stops you and tells you about your ends, it's a good place to start up a conversation and make new friends, says the girl who does weave in her ends. I know you do, Lori. I've seen it. Good morning, Lori. It's good to see you. Good to see you. So, yeah, I'm going to bring it down just a little bit more so you can see me crocheting. And because this is a Wip Wednesday, so we want to crochet, right? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So do you see this? Oh, let me see if I can do it right here. That is a container of corn. Because when we go to Tennessee, and it doesn't have to be with children or without children, we like to stop at the river. And so at one of the gift shops on the river, they sell big baggies. They're not stingy with it. They're very generous, but big baggies of corn. And it's $1 a bag. And when we have children with us, grandchildren, I know one time my husband could not resist those children, and he actually spent $40. He got 40 bags of corn because they would just like take a big handful and throw it out, or when they were really little, it's not pickled corn, it's hard cracked corn. And I haven't had pickled corn in a while, Lori. And I know one time when those girls were little, and Annabelle would, you know, jump or throw the corn really fast, and he spent $40 on corn. Not all at once either. He went back to that store, I think, two or three times to get more corn. Good morning, Miguel. Good morning. Listening while cleaning. Please pray my glasses will surface. You misplaced them 3 days ago. Oh, and you've had a splitting headache ever since. Yes, we will. You know what, Miguel? Anytime that I lose something like that, I do. Honestly, I hand it over to God, and I'm like, so I hand it over, and then if my mom is there, or, you know, whatever, my mom knows about it, then she'll start looking. She's like a dog with a bone sometimes. If she needs to find something, she doesn't stop looking until she finds it. Now me, I just rest. I just relax. And and then I find it. So I will pray that you find your glasses, because I have lost my glasses so many times. It is not even funny. Thank you for that. Hit the like button. Hit that thumbs up button. And give me a like. It does make a difference on how many people I found out. I didn't used to know what it was for, but apparently what it's for is the more thumbs up you get, the more that YouTube will share your channel. And then the more, thank you, Lori. Thank you, Lori. And the more people, the more new people that we reach out to. Thank you, Lori. That was very sweet and kind and appropriate. And let's see. Oh, you've even checked the refrigerator. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Christy, let me tell you what pickled corn is. Oh, it's so delicious. So when I was growing up, my mom and Dad would go to the farms, and we would pick vegetables and fruit and all kinds of stuff, okay? And one of the things that we would pick would be corn. And so Mom would have, you know, lots of corn. And so what she would do is first she would blanch the corn cobs, the whole kernel corn. And so she would blanch them and then let them cool, and then she would cut the corn off the cob and she would freeze it. The other way would be to just, you know, freeze the whole cob. But she would freeze it, but she would also take that corn and she would cut it really close to the cob. So you would have these strips of corn, right? Because if you cut it close enough, then it kind of holds together, it hugs itself, right? And so she would put it in jars, and all you do is put it in the jar with, like a canning jar, with salt. And then you let it sit for, I don't know, about a week or maybe 2 weeks, and it would actually ferment, which means pickle. It would pickle. And because that's how, you know, you make sauerkraut or any other fermentation, is just with salt. And, you know, we think that, you know, pickles, anything, has vinegar in it. And it would if you were canning it. But if you just ferment it to eat fresh fermented, then you just do a little bit of salt. Well, she would put it in the cabinet with the lid just loosely closed, because with the fermentation you're going to get little air bubbles and it's going to pop up and spew out a little bit. So she would just set it in there. And then when I was growing up in the summer, I knew the one cabinet on the base cabinet next to the sink, that's where she would put that canning jar. And as a kid, I would just open up that jar and I would grab a row of corn and I would eat it. And it was pickled corn. It was good for you. Any kind of ferment is good for your tummy health. And so I think that this might be a little bit, let me see. Can you see a difference? I can almost see a difference. So it may not be the exact same size, but it is close enough. It's close enough, right? So I don't know. You know what? I think I have enough for another row. I'm going to try it, because I want to get as many rows as I can out of this. This is how wide it is. And then this is how long it is. Let's see, it's very long. So I'm making it for the new house. It's a canning mat. And all I'm doing is 2 strands of cotton. Oh, here we go. So this is what I was telling you in case you are new here. This is from Hobby Lobby, and they had a clearance. And so this yarn is usually $5. But look, I got it on sale for $1.24, and I bought 4 of them. Well, they only had 4 of them, okay, in this color. They didn't even have any other ones in any other color, or I would have gotten that too, because I don't turn down cotton yarn, right? So, yeah, I'm just gonna go back and do another row then. And, so basically I got 4 balls of yarn for the price of 1, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, yeah. So, let's get going. You know what? I haven't even asked you what is on your hook. Tell me what's on your hook today. I want to know. And even if it's not on your hook, if it's something that you've been working on, if it's in your whip pile, tell me about it. So Alice has been making tooth fairy pillows. So they are pillows shaped like a tooth for when a child loses their tooth. They can tuck their tooth in, and there you go. Well, so when the granddaughters were here, I have a story to tell. Let me take a drink. The granddaughters came. Nikki says she's working on that hat. Not sure that you like it yet. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. You know what? This label is bothering me. Let me put it back on. And there we go. So I'm going to pull some yarn so that I don't have... Oh boy. See, we're getting to the end. And yeah. So it's starting... Aha! I knew that was coming. I could feel it. I could feel that tummy. That yarn tummy rumbling. I knew that we were going to have some yarn barf soon. Yep. Okay. All right. So here we go. Oh, you're not sure that you like the hat. Yeah. You know, I need a good hat for when I'm out on the property, when I'm gardening. I think what I'm going to do is get one of those wide-brimmed hats. I don't have any expectation that I will actually make myself a hat yet. Maybe one day down the road, when I have a little bit of extra time, I can actually make myself a bucket hat. Or I'll call it a wide-brimmed, like, beach hat. It's kind of what I want. But I don't want it to be, like the floppy hat, to be in my eyes. Because I want to be able to bend over and, like, work in the garden and have the sun shielded from my eyes and do all that. So, hey, look. Yay. I got a little bit in. That's fun. So, yeah, this feels a little smaller. But I'm not going to worry about it because it's right at the edge. And, yeah. Look at this yarn barf still here. Still here. Okay, come on now. Come on now. Don't make me get the Pepto-Bismol out. Okay, here we go. Good. Oh, so story time. Right before we came back to Florida with the little granddaughters, and they were going to stay for 3 days, and then their other grandparents drove them back to North Carolina on Friday. And so it worked out really good. The girls had fun with both sets of grandparents. And so it was a win-win, right? It was really, really nice. But before we left North Carolina and came to Florida, Nicole went to her mommy and she's like, "Mommy, I have another loose tooth." And she's like, my daughter-in-law asked her, well, how loose is it? And she's like, "It's wiggling." And Tina went, "Oh no." So, oh my goodness. So that little girl lost her tooth while she was here in Florida with us. And so her mommy had sent her tooth fairy pillow. So before I had a chance to actually make the girls' tooth fairy pillows, her mommy had gone online on Etsy and found a fabric tooth fairy pillow that was stuffed, and it had a little really tight pocket, very nice. And so yeah, so there was that. And Nicole, you know, she knew the drill. She had it all worked out. And so the tooth fairy found her. I don't know how, but the tooth fairy found her here in Florida and left her $1 and also a pair of earrings. And but it was the night before she was to go back to North Carolina, and so we had to wake her up extra early. She didn't get all her sleep in, and when she opened up the or when she checked to see if the tooth fairy had gotten there, she just kind of looked at things. She was like very lethargic and tired, and she was like, "What's that? Oh, it's $1, okay," you know. And she was very low key, and the tooth fairy was watching her from the corner. She didn't know this. And the tooth fairy was like, "Oh, that poor sleepy girl. She's not even enjoying her labor, her fruits from her labor of pulling that tooth." And but it was so cute. So yeah, so I do not have to make a tooth fairy pillow because you know what was really nice about the one that that my daughter-in-law bought from Etsy is that on the back it was plain white. On the front, the person had like really pretty scrolled Nicole's name on it, tooth fairy pillow. It was shaped like a tooth, and then it had a pretty face on the front with a pocket. But on the back, Tina had used a permanent marker and wrote the date of each tooth loss. So that was good. That was really good. And so in the first tooth, I didn't know this, Nicole told me, but when you have your first lost tooth, apparently in North Carolina, that tooth fairy will actually sprinkle you with fairy dust. So she had sparkly fairy dust all over her with her first tooth. I did not know that. But that she said that was just with the first tooth because it was special. I love all these traditions, right? They're really good. Wire on the end to keep it from flopping. Oh, cool. I'm going to try that. Christy, thank you. She says, have you tried making one? Someone, not sure if I can say, has a great, oh, you can say. Yes, you can say. And it's probably, maybe it's Bag-A-Day. I don't know. Has a great tutorial for one. And you can use a wire in the end to keep it from flopping. Super easy and fast to make. Nice. Nice. Oh, yep, it is from Bag-A-Day. I figured it was because she's got a million patterns. Really good, useful, nice patterns. Okay, let's see. You combine different elements from other hats that you've made. Nice. Hey, Jane, good morning. You have a suggestion for the sun hat? Get wires, hoops, or lightweight plastic hoops to use. A smaller one for the top rim and a larger one for the brim. You just crochet it in the last row. Nice. You just crochet it in the last row. That's very nice. I love that idea. I like that it is washable, for one thing, right? I like that. Yeah, that's a cute tradition. I know. Oh, your tooth fairy likes clean teeth, so you put it in a glass water and she puts it in an empty glass. Nice. Nice. I love that tradition, Nikki. You know, it's true, tooth fairies do like clean teeth, don't they? Yeah, they don't want to be touching any yucky teeth, right? Yeah. Our tooth fairy doesn't really like yucky teeth either, but these little girls, Nicole's little teeth are so pure white. They're just so cute and tiny that the tooth fairy was just like, oh my goodness, don't let me drop this tooth. And so anyway, that was fun. So listen, I'm almost at the end of this row. Thank you for chatting with me while I do this, because it sure does make it a lot faster and and I still have yarn. Oh my goodness. I'm going to keep going until I feel like, I don't know why I keep feeling like this is it. This is the last row, but it's not a blanket size. So that's probably part of it. One more row. Okay, Pensacola. I am West Central Florida. I am near, I don't know if you're familiar with Crystal River, where the manatees are, and Homosassa, where the Three Sister Springs is. So I'm in that area. So I'm quite a ways from Pensacola. It takes us probably traveling about 9 hours to get there. It could take us less if we were like, do it, don't stop, don't have fun, don't, whatever. It always surprises me how long it takes us to get to Pensacola. And now I actually don't usually go all the way to Pensacola. I usually stop at, we're pretty far. I usually stop at Panama City Beach. That's where we just, fall in love with the beach, and it's just so pretty there. Oh my goodness. Listen, if you ever have a chance to get to the Gulf of Mexico in Florida, stop, and Pensacola Beach is beautiful too. Any of those beaches in the panhandle of Florida, so beautiful. Now, here's the thing. If you're in the panhandle, you're going to get the sunrise and the sunset. So you're looking at the water and it's going to go this way. If you actually go to the vertical part of Florida, then you'll get the sunset over the water, and you can look out at the water and then you can see the beautiful sunset. But if you're in the panhandle, it's going to go this way. So just, if it matters to you, then just fair warning. I hadn't really studied that before I went to the panhandle, and I was like, when I saw the sunrise. But the good thing is you can see the sunrise and the sunset, So that's the good thing. I mean, you can see the sunrise, obviously, but it's not going to be over the water. So anyway, yeah, we're in manatee country right here. So that's where we are. And here we go. Okay, I'm going to do another row. While we chat. I love it when we chat. So let me see. You went to Panama City the summer after the oil spill. No. Oh, lots of oil blobs at that time. Yes, that's disappointing, Alice. I'm so sorry that you had to go during that time. I was so upset about that. Yeah. Oh, because Panama City is so pretty. It's so pretty. But if you have the oil blobs, then no, not so much. Yeah, of course I was really sad about the wildlife at that time, but there were a lot of good people that were volunteering to help it, and people that were out there also like throwing out hay bales, because the hay bales would gather. Oh gosh, that was so many years ago, right? It was very sad for the people there and the wildlife. I mean, because the Gulf is where really, when you go to Panama City or any of those areas in Florida along the Gulf, that's where they get the best shrimp. And so, It's really nice when you're on the Gulf and you're getting fresh shrimp from the Gulf, and it's just, you know, it's just tasty. I don't know. The salty air, the seafood, it's just really good. I really like the beach. I really do. But I haven't been in a long time. And it's really a nice place to spend a vacation. And 2010, it was a long time ago. Yeah. Yeah. And it lasts for years too. They never get it all in the storms. Bring it ashore. Yes. Yes. Hey, did you see that there was a Florida black bear? I think it was down near, it was on the Atlantic side of Florida. So it was on the ocean side of Florida. And it was like, I think it was like near Daytona. It wasn't Daytona, but it was near there. And there was a Florida black bear in the water. And people, like, were filming it. They were going towards the bear. Like, okay, the bear was a bear out of its element. It was a bear in water, and it was swimming. But it's still a bear, right? Respect the bear. I don't know. It was really weird. It was really weird because, you know, where I'm from, now that bear was trying to get away from the people. And I kind of felt sorry for the bear because it just felt like people were, like, really chasing that bear. But anyway, very unusual. I've never seen a bear at the ocean, but why wouldn't the bear want to go swimming? I don't know. That bear was swimming. Alrighty, let's see. Wow, I'm getting a lot more rows than I thought. So my goal is to finish this, and then what I want to do is take cotton and make some... Oh, okay, you're about to drive. Be careful, Alice. And you're going to listen. And then what I want to do is take some different colors, and Repeat Crafter Me has a pattern for canning jar squares. It looks like a square, like it looks like a granny square, and then it has a canning jar on it. It's so pretty, so cute. And so my thought was to do that on one side so that the canning jars would be, you know, up looking, and vertical instead of up looking. You know, I talk country sometimes. What can I say? And but I was thinking too, how cute would it be if I had some granny squares to go around this too, because this is pretty, you know, it's a pretty color. I know it looks kind of gray, but it's more like a purple. It's not plum. It's so hard to describe. Let me see if I can put it. No, see, it looks gray from there. Let's see. Let me see if I put some light on it. It's really a purple color. It's lavender, but a deep lavender. It's really hard to describe. Let me see if it says what it is. Smoky plum. That's what it's called. Smoky plum. So yeah, so it does have a little bit of gray in it. It does kind of look gray, but it's more of a plum color. So I just thought it would be really nice to have a little pop of color around it, with the yarn that I already have, with the cotton yarn that I already have, and to make something, because I could just make a regular border with some different colors, but I thought, how cute would it be? You know what I might do? This is what I might do, is, because this is more doable probably for me, is just do some squares, some granny squares, maybe. And see, I kind of wanted to make them big because I want this canning mat to be big, bigger than it is. I mean, it's not that big, but it could probably fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 deep and a lot wide. But I don't know. Anyway, enough chatter. Enough chatter. So Alice is really into making the little turtle game. You know, sometimes back in the day we used to call it concentration, and then we called it, you know, the match game, where you have to match the colors, and that's all fun. But I used to call it concentration. When you play it with cards, that's what it's called, concentration. And that's when you're like putting out 52 different cards face down, and then you have to, you flip one, flip two. Do they match? No. Okay, turn it over, flip this one. Oh, I just flipped that over. Where was that one? And so we called it concentration because you had to concentrate to play that game and remember where all the cards were that you turned over. I loved that game. It was kind of like a memory game and helped with paying attention to details. It's really good for children. It helps them. But the turtle game, I'm sure you've seen it, where the little turtles are crocheted and they're just little tiny, like small enough to be held in your hand. And on the bottom are circles of colors. And there's two colors, or there's two turtles that have the same color. So you have 20 turtles, 10 different circle colors on the bottom. So then when you set your turtles out, then you turn this turtle over, it's green. Okay, and then you turn this one over. Oh, it's green. Okay, it's a match. Then you get to keep it, and you get the picture. So she's been really making those. And how cool would it be to have all different kinds of little animals, right? Like if your child is into little piggies, you can make a little, it wouldn't have to be so realistic that it's, that it's causing a problem with hiding the little circle underneath. You could make one of those little flat chibis and then have like some little legs and a little curly tail and a little head with a little smush nose. You could make them all different kinds. Kind of flood the market with that. I haven't done any sales yet, but I'm hoping that once we get to Tennessee, there is a farmer's market in the area. So within the next couple of years, if I have enough stock of things like these canning mats, things that when people go to a farmer's market, they are wanting, they're wanting fresh organic food. They're wanting free-range chickens. They're wanting eggs from free-range chickens. They are wanting, fresh honey from your local hive. They're wanting, goat milk soap and stuff like that. So they probably do can. They're going to want a canning mat. With the sun hat, you can use different colors in raffia, and it would be lightweight and much cooler than yarn would be. That is a good idea. That is a really good idea. And you could probably get some raffia really inexpensive online, maybe on Amazon. Has anybody been to a local box yarn store lately? I have not, and I'm not sure if, let me look at this. I'm not sure if the stores are going to make it. Honestly, I'm not sure. It's kind of sad. It seems like all of the stores have had a reset. That's what they're calling it, a reset. Well, I hope it is just a reset and not, oh, that was a big one, and not, not a discontinuing. Yeah, that would be really sad. Okay, well, let's see. I have enough. This is 2 of them. I have enough for another row. So here I go. And you know what? It's almost an hour. I can't keep you on much longer. I don't like to go over an hour because I feel like that's asking a little much of your time, right? So here we go. Are y'all just watching me crochet, or are you crocheting right now? Let me know. Let me know. I really enjoy this time because I get away in the car. It's so funny because I have these crows sitting on, I'm sitting at the beach and at the lake, really. And so there are posts, and these crows are sitting there watching me because they think I'm going to roll down the window and throw them some food, and I have no food here. I have no food. Sorry, little birdies. But it kind of reminds me of, but there's not enough to remind me of that show, that movie, The Birds, the Alfred Hitchcock movie. I love that movie. I love Alfred Hitchcock, for one thing. I am really into mystery, and I love that suspense. I'm really not really a fan of, like, slasher movies, we'll call them, where there's just a lot of violence. And I'm not into that, but I do like a good suspense, a good mystery, a good scary, like, ooh, something's gonna come get you, you know, you better run. Like the Alfred Hitchcock movie, The Rear Window, where he has a broken leg, and, you know, it was back in the day, I guess, where he had to keep it up, and, you know, I don't know, it was really kind of funny. But he's looking out his rear window of his apartment building, and he sees something suspicious, and he rightly so determines that there has been a murder across the way. And anyway, very good suspenseful movie. Love it, love it. Love a good Alfred Hitchcock suspenseful movie. North by Northwest, love it. Those movies are really good. But oh boy, here we go. Come on, let go. Let it go. There we go. Well, maybe. I got some yarn barf coming. There we go. Okay, this last row will be my last row, and then I will let you go. I've got a little bit to go, though, so we can still chat. So, hubby and I have some work to do. Is raffia the same as the tape yarn? I don't know. I think, you know, raffia is more, it feels papery, and it's kind of rolled up. So I'm not really sure. But tape yarn. I'm not sure about tape yarn. Okay, Jane. Hey, Jane. Good morning. Jane says, no, it's not the same. Not the same. Oh, that's the guy from the city. Well, we call him the city. No, that's a motorcycle. The guy from the county was just here picking up trash, and I think he's going to mow, but the grass looks really... No, maybe he's not going to mow. Maybe he's just here to pick up the trash from the ground, which was very nice. He had one of those grabbers, and he was picking up trash off the ground here at the park. And there's a little park here, and ooh, there's somebody out with a really pretty pontoon boat. Have you ever seen a pontoon boat? They have what's called pontoons, and they are floaties. And so then this flat bottom boat sits on 2 pontoons. I know you've seen it if you've seen a movie with, oh my eyes. If you've seen a movie with like a seaplane, Then they have the pontoons on either side of the plane to help it float in the water. Well, the same thing with a pontoon boat, and it's flat. They call it a party boat because it's big enough to have a party on. And usually they will have like a grill built in on one end, and it's really pretty. It has a really bright yellow awning over it so that you can go out in the water and you can just, you know, have fun, relax, have a little cookout, and enjoy some sweet tea and the water. Maybe do a little fishing off your boat, you know, just casual, really nice. Do any of you fish? I have been thinking about fishing lately. I really would like to go fishing. Now, near where we're building in Tennessee, there is a this is my third row, and this, no, you know what? I think maybe this is a slightly bigger hook. I don't know. There's a lake. It's called Douglas Lake, and it's huge. It is the biggest lake I've ever seen. And here in Florida, we see big lakes. But like this one, Oh, okay. Christy says, I like to fish, but only with someone to get it off the hook for me, right? I don't know if I could do it. I would try. I feel like I would even, well, I don't think I would use a real worm to fish with. I think I would use, you know, a tried and true, maybe some kind of lure. So that wouldn't be a problem. But, you know, if the fish were biting, I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah. All right, I'm almost at the end. And I want to thank you for hanging out with me and crocheting with me. I am in the car because we are packing up. My husband and I have to get our acts together and finish packing up because soon we will be heading up north to Tennessee so that I can find a real job and so that we can get ready to transition to our Tennessee home. It's not finished yet. It should be ready by August, so that's not too long. Not too long. I think it's going to be ready probably by the end of August, and we probably won't. I don't expect us to actually get the CO and move until September, maybe first part of October. But I don't know that for a fact because I can't see the future. I'm not that good. So here we go. Here we go. So I actually think I might have enough for another row, but I'm going to stop right here because, yeah, I'm going to stop right here. Let me get my trusty scissors and let me put my hook back in here. There we go. There we go. And let me get my trusty scissors. And I just want to have this finished so that I can think and design and plan for the border, because I'm just so excited about the border. So I am going to sew in the ends. I'm going to do them separate. Yeah, I'm going to do them separate. Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to get this sewn up, and I will see you on Friday. On Friday, we are going to have, I'm going to try and get my, my laptop up and working. If I can, then I'll do something fun. Oh, that's so sweet, Christy. Christy says, I hope you have a great day, everyone. May you have an uneventful move and all of your stuff arrives unharmed. I know, right? Thank you. All right. So I hope that you have a great day. I'll see you on Friday. Stay safe, be kind, and get hooking. Much love to everybody, and I will see you next time.